Curry, 6 to go, frees himself. Curry, 4 to go, pumps, kicks it out. Richard! Yeah, it's over. Folks, we got a star in the Motor City.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Pat Presents. Today I'm going to do another video about what if Davidson beat Kansas in the Elite 8 in 2008. So
It's coming out party.
Here he is. Can he hit this one? And one!
I got to tell you, as a fan, I wanted the front row seat.
Seemed like to me he made everything he looked at.
Everybody has a role in the team, and my job was to score.
So here it goes. First round, Davidson plays Gonzaga in the first round of the playoffs. So Davidson, they weren't really known, and like nobody knew who they were. So this is just the story of their journey. So first off, Gonzaga, they were a pretty good team. They were the big dogs in the block. So this team was widely known, and nobody knew who Davidson was. So and Steph Curry, nobody knew who he was either until this tournament. But this is just the beginning. So Davidson, they were on their journey. They wanted to show everybody, the world, of who they were, and that they deserved to be here. And this was their journey. The head coach, Steph Curry, he was a great shooter, and he just started clicking. Everything was starting to hit like fire on all cylinders. His defense was doing good. He was playing a great offensive game, and this is just their journey. Steph Curry was the lone star, and he was the one that led Davidson all the way through this NCAA tournament run. Here are just some of the highlights during this first round game against Gonzaga in the first round. Okay, Steph, he was a great three-point shooter. As you all probably know, he's on the Golden State Warriors right now. He was the 7th pick in the NBA draft. And he was a great play that led to a victory, which was a huge three-pointer and a big rebound, which helped them lead the game. That was a huge three-pointer. Steph, he's just showing to his crowd and like family that he could do this, that everything's gonna be alright. So let's get back to the main story. Davidson upsets Gonzaga 82-76 in the first round of the playoffs for the March Madness. And he puts Davidson on the map. So here's round 2 against Gonzaga, which was a tough matchup for Davidson since they were a big Cinderella team. It was David versus Goliath. They dug themselves a big hole, 16-point halftime deficit, because they couldn't make any shots. But soon Steph Curry, he got fired. He was hitting everything. Everything was rolling with them. And then Georgetown, they were in trouble. And Steph Curry, he led them because he knew how to move the ball, and he knew how everything was to work with the offense. He was the star, the nation's best player. And he was the one that was able to lead Davidson to their tournament championship run. These are just some of the highlights against Georgetown. He shows that he could lead a team, and they get the upset, and they eventually win the David versus Goliath matchup. That's round 2. Next up, they're just celebrating because they're so happy, and Steph Curry is able to show that if you work hard at anything could happen. So there's the upset. Davidson shows that we are on the map and that we can do things if we work hard. So next up is the head coach. Just shows that Steph Curry, he's an amazing player and that he can get the job done. This was the tough matchup, the Sweet 16 matchup against Wisconsin. They were a good team, but during the half it was tied, and everything was clicking for them. They were getting the offensive rebounds, getting the points. They were just moving the ball efficiently, and that helped with the overall success of this team. Davidson, I don't know what the coach's name is, but he was very happy that everything was going well, that they were moving the ball with precision, and this just shows that all you need is a good little momentum swing in the tournament. Like, for example, anything can happen. As we all know, Davidson had a great tournament, and even like LeBron James, many NBA players were surprised at how good Steph Curry was in his college career. And this just shows that anything can happen. Like I said previously, I believe that if David pretty soon, next is Kansas. First Davidson beats Wisconsin, so they're headed to the Elite Eight, which was a crazy accomplishment for them because nobody expected them to even get out of the second round, merely less the first round. So this just shows Kansas, they were so dominant. It's sort of like Kansas was like the Warriors, and Davidson is sort of like, the Celtics, because they had a great coach, but they just didn't have what it took to win. At the beginning of the game, Steph Curry couldn't get anything going offensively, but eventually he started moving the ball, passing, and he was scoring, and he knew that he could always keep going. He just had to keep thinking that this could happen. Eventually he got in the paint and kept scoring. And they were close with Kansas. Davidson, Curry had amazing threes. His family, his whole team was proud, and so were the fans. But then Kansas was a crazy team on the offensive glass. As we all know, they were hitting threes, and it was a back-to-back game in the final, which Kansas and Davidson wouldn't even expected to play each other. Davidson was such a low team. Okay, here's the final possession. Kansas misses the three, so Davidson gets the ball down 59-57. The hands of Steph Curry. The ball is in the hands of the Davidson's best player, the nation's best player. And here's the last possession. Steph Curry gets the ball. They're all on their hands. The player falls down for Kansas. Steph has the ball. You're not sure. This is the game right here. The defender falls down. Steph gets the screen. He thinks about shooting it. And if Jason Richards made this shot, they lose. I just can't keep thinking about this. If he made that shot, he has regrets about this. If he made this shot, they would have went to the Final Four. And it is shown the other opponents were not as good, which I have figured out. And Davidson would have beat Memphis in the championship game and would have won the championship. This just shows the resiliency that Davidson had. If Steph Curry took the shot and it went in, or if Jason Richards took the shot and it went in, Davidson would they got an Elite Eight banner, but they would have got a national championship banner because they would have won. It's almost guaranteed because they were on such a hot streak. Everything was going perfectly for them. That Davidson would have won the national championship. And that would be crazy. I'm pretty sure a 10th seed like Davidson has never ever won a championship. But even though they fell, Davidson was on the map. They were known that they were widely known for everything they got. Yeah, right here, they got an NCAA tournament banner, Elite Eight, which is pretty nice. But it's crazy to see. Alright guys, thanks for all the help on this, and don't forget to hit the sub button.